Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever in the world you are tuning into HopEUm from. I am one of your hosts, Trevor Quickshaw Henry, and she is.
Kitty, and I'm on. Oh, we're doing the wrong side. Hi,
That,
everyone.
that's I.
Welcome.
Yeah, that's my bad. I actually didn't know which way I was pointing, so how are you, Kitty? How are you doing?
I'm good. It is 3 a.m. on a Wednesday. However, my week started off pretty well. My two baby cats are getting along very well. So we have a new family member, baby cat, to all the people that watch my stream. And of course, Trevor, I know you just came back from the Maldives. So please, how was that?
It was insane. I had such an amazing vacation. It's the last time that my wife and I are going away as a duo because we're going to be a trio in the not too distant future. You know what? On the topic of trios, why don't we add our third guest for the evening? It is the wonderful, my personal favorite co-streamer in the G2 army. It's Brizz from Italy. Hello, my friend. How you doing?
I don't know, man. I don't believe you anymore. But every time I'm here, like I'm your favorite, and then you flame me somehow. Like
Yeah,
I
listen.
stopped believe this long time ago.
You should know this from how I talk about G2. You're the most harsh to the ones you care the most about. But yeah, Brees didn't know that I was going away, so that's why I wanted him to be here. But yeah, I was on vacation last week. It's a bit of a baby moon. I don't know if you young kids have heard of the term, but some of the older people might. It was amazing. We spent the entire time on a reef. We literally didn't touch land. Our
Oh, cool.
villa was on a reef, and we had to catch a boat to land to go get to like the gym and the restaurants and the dive center. So it was amazing. I had a great time.
Okay.
How was your week, Kitty?
My week over the weekend, I got to go to one of the really nice beaches in Australia since I'm located in Sydney, Australia. And I got to pretty much take a bunch of cute pictures. The sun was super nice, even though it's currently autumn in Sydney. So it's a little bit chilly during nighttime, but at least it doesn't get too cold in the morning. So the sun's
Was
out,
it
really
Bondi
nice.
Beach or a different beach?
It was a very close beach to
Okay,
Bondi. Yeah,
okay,
yeah, yeah.
okay. I don't want to
So,
dox you. I don't want to dox you. So okay.
oh, yeah.
Like
Reese, what
I
was your
can't
week?
believe I'm here. Like it was nice week, but then I'm here and this guy's in vacation. Kitty's on beach every day, doing on the sea and stuff like this. Like it's not a good week anymore because I look like
Yeah,
I don't know the guy doing nothing, right?
yeah, but
I
listen. On the bright side, Reese, you get to
yeah.
go and make pasta in the kitchen and have some fun in Italy, no?
I mean that's like a cliche. Like you think just because I'm Italian, I have to do pasta every day.
I hope so.
It actually happened, but like it's not because I'm Italian, right?
um, okay, before we dive into every LEC, quick reminder, we're obviously on YouTube, we're on Spotify, we've got a whole bunch of VODs. The reason I talk about that, last week's episode, Kitty, you flew solo. I know Dylan Falco got to drop by. I know Finn was joining. Skyot, like, how was that episode? I loved listening to it and watching it once I got home.
Oh my God. It was so cool to ask about Dylan and his whole werewolf like persona. It felt like knowing a different side of Dylan. I didn't know he was so devious. He said that he loves playing wolf. For all the people that don't know, werewolf is pretty much an Among Us board game, and G2 love playing werewolf during their, I believe, scrim break time. So
Yes.
we got to talk about that. Skyer apparently even hosted werewolf games across France. I think it was really cool to talk to as well. So W broadcasts and podcasts.
That that is awesome. I love the werewolf
I don't know
discussion.
if it's awesome, but I think they should stop late. I mean,
Yeah.
considering how they are playing.
Yeah, listen, they got time to prove themselves. And you jump straight to business here.
Yeah,
The G2 boys are very serious when they play Werewolf. They also get serious when they get to playoffs. And the G2 team now needs to start looking like the goals are going to be set, right? They play like one series next week. They didn't play last week.
yeah.
Reese, will G2 make playoffs?
I mean, come on, man. Like, what's that question? Like, of course they're gonna make it, but the point is how every time they are not, how they don't have the playoff locked already. Like they should be already top three. Like they
Because
come
they
here,
haven't
they
played games. No,
yeah, I
hang on.
know. They didn't play a lot of games, but they should be like 4-1. They lost to Fnatic. How can
I
listen,
know.
man? If I go with Quickshot and Kitty and Rufus, the guy behind the scene, and we play against Fnatic, we might win a map right now. Like I'm not even joking.
Listen,
We
I
can
don't know if
play
I
double support balling as well.
Yeah,
I don't know if I believe that because I saw
I don't know.
Fnatic at every. I saw them on LAN. I saw them take games off of KC and put up a fight. Like My
Actually,
number
yeah.
one Fnatic fan. What did you think of Fnatic's performance in the LEC last weekend?
Listen, actually, I was surprised. Like, first of all, I expect like the series between Shifters and Fnatic to be, closer. But then I'm like, yeah, Shifters they look every time good, and then they fuck it up. Somehow they manage it. I mean, they are ahead 2K Gold against G2. They are ahead against KC as well. They are ahead against every team, and then they never manage to win a single game. That's insane. Actually, I feel so sorry for them because I don't feel like they are a bad team. Like Fnatic, I
Yeah.
expect. Yeah, I don't know. Like Fnatic is the opposite. I think they are a bad team. I hope they come in this week getting stomped, and then they manage to win a game against Navi. They actually almost clutched the series. They win a game against KC as well. So I don't know what to think anymore because I thought Fnatic, like they were about to get stomped 0-2 every series this week as well.
Maybe the reality is G2 gave their playoffs buff to Fnatic and they're slowly working up towards that playoffs. Because, like, we were watching LEC throughout the entire week, and of course, there were some strange outcomes.
Yeah.
KC ended up going to 3 games against both Shifters and Fnatic, which was incredibly unheard of because everyone thought it was going to be a 2-0 stomp.
Yep.
So I want to ask Bruce, because unfortunately Shifter is one of the teams already eliminated, but they were still able to bring that type of performance onto the KC home ground
Yeah, I
stage,
loved it.
which I think crazy. Yeah.
I
Why did you love
mean,
it, Breeze?
I love like if a team is already out, then you have no pressure. Or
Yeah.
I mean, if you're almost out from the playoffs in general, like you feel like you have to do it no matter what. You have to win every single game. Like the pressure can kill you right before the game. But they managed somehow when they were already out to play like. Maybe I've seen from them some strange draft as well. Maybe they just said fuck it all. We play Darius jungle, which I don't like it. Like there's no way. They played Irelia top lane. They played some kind of things that were kind of interesting. Because when you watch Fearless, you see always the same things. First game, second game, you already know the picks, but they came out playing something different, so I liked it a lot. In the end, I don't know. They always manage to somehow they are close to get the victory, and then they never get it. So I'm so sorry for them.
The thing
Actually,
the thing that confuses me as well is like the Shifters haven't won a single series. They pick up a couple games. I think just yesterday they're now bringing Sheo back to the roster. So like I don't know, are you trying to get a couple more experience games on stage, with players? It feels odd to me after seeing how things went at every to make the roster swap. And I also want to mention, because Kitty, you talked about like the 2-0s. I 100% expected every single series this weekend to be a 2-0. I actually said it when I was on holiday, and I was like looking at matches before they started, and I was like, and then on Friday, both matches relatively went to how I was expecting them to go, and then every game went 3 afterwards. I almost wonder if the stage and the crowd and the volume and kind of the energy around things had a little bit of an impact. Like KC are always a little bit volatile as a team, and my word, the crowd was behind them and giving them energy. And I think maybe that kind of helped Shifters to a degree. I think it also helps Fnatic. I think there's quite a few experienced players there that can maybe feed off of that one and step up, because that was my take from it. It's like I felt like the tingle in the air had a bit of a flavor there.
Yeah, definitely some type of pressure on the players, because from what I know, the arena that KC hosted in seats 3,000 people, and it literally looked super full from the cameras. I'm sure all the co-streamers, all the people watching the show over the weekend, it was omega full, and the crowd was really, really electric. So I was thinking, KC, they were probably crumbling under pressure, but is it KC underperforming, or is it Shifters and Fnatic kind of pulling something out for that best of 3? Because we haven't gotten too far into the split just quite yet. I am aware that Casey just locked in playoffs, I believe, but
Yeah.
what do you think,
yeah,
Trevor?
I think they liked it.
So listen, Casey's locked in, Vitality's locked in, Navi are locked in, SK, Heretics, and Shifters are out. And the thing that's weird about this split is we finished 5 weeks already. There's 2 left. Some teams have played 6 series. Some teams have played 4, 5 series. Some teams have played 7 series. Like that schedule is kind of different. And I think you can actually see at least the teams that are locked on the screen right now.
Yeah.
AC, Vitality, Navi. GX, G2, Koi, and Fnatic are next to go. The thing that I find interesting, and I'll zoom in a little quickly here, is that Fnatic played both of their last series next week. They play Heretics and Vitality.
Oh my
The
god.
Heretics is super important for if they want to have a shot. And if they take down Vitality, who have already qualified, that's going to be the goal that Koi and G2 have to fight against. Because these are the three teams I think that are battling for us. I don't expect Fnatic to make it. I want to be clear on that one.
Yeah.
But I will go back and
You're
I'll
saying
just say,
that
like,
for Brizz. Come on.
no, I'll say this. When I look at the Fnatic games, like again, if we're looking at the screen here, right? Fnatic versus Navi, it went to 3 games. I was surprised by this. However, when I look at game 1 and you look at how the game played out, Navi should have won this game, right? Navi lost the game. Fnatic did not win it. Like, that's how I look at the series. And similarly, like, I thought Navi were just a little bit messy. I think Navi have been a little bit more messy throughout the course of the split than I saw from Versus. But then I think the whole league has been that way a little bit. I mean, Brizz, Navi, what's your feelings?
Listen, man, like I think that that series was actually my game of the week because I was like, I'm not a fan of Fnatic, but when I see Fnatic and Navi, for me, this series is like a do or die for Fnatic because you talk about the playoffs, but remember that when you watch the teams, Fnatic lost already to Koi. Okay, that means if they even out the score, like they are not gonna make it. Of course, they beat the G2, of course, but I don't think like I think G2 are gonna win at least 3 games. So Fnatic have only Heretics and Vitality, and okay, they are playing against teams that doesn't care maybe anymore. Like Heretics can't make to playoff. Vitality, they can play for a better position. Of course, I'm not saying they will troll. Of course, guys, I'm not saying that, but
it's more about the pressure. It's more about the pressure, right? Because there's 2 sides to it. When a squad like Fnatic is kind of finding a little bit more groove, they took down G2 a couple weeks ago. They picked up a game against Navi. They picked up a game against KC. I will say that, like, when I was looking at the comments, I'm trying to remember. I'm actually going to read one now. Humanoid was the problem. Oscarinin was the problem. Noah Jun were the problem. Trimby was the problem. Wunda was the problem. And then it goes Razork 1 out of 5. Specifically, the Fnatic Navi series, when I think about Razork and I think about Rilich and I think about the whole season, Rilich is just a better jungler. I think the team is playing better. Like, I'm still happy to see Navi playing well and happy to see the position that they're in. And it just kind of feels like Fnatic found a little bit of groove now, but again, it's just too volatile.
I mean, I agree with you here, but like it feels like every time a player joins Fnatic or like the guy on Fnatic team starts to, I don't know, Vladi doesn't look like him, like I talk about him. Razork, I don't think Razork is like, he's the problem, okay? I'm watching the games, he looks sometimes, he does very big mistakes, but I remember him in last years, he wasn't like that. To me, you can't start to play bad like this from nowhere. Like, there's no way you have such a downfall, you know? For me, that's impossible as a player to say, like, let's talk about upset, like how many years he is on the scene playing decent, let's say like this, okay? Like he's not playing that bad, but Razork just doesn't look like him, you know? And of course, when a jungle doesn't play, when the jungler doesn't play at his peak, of course, when the jungler is not playing good, of course, all the team is gonna fall apart. That's what I think. I think like jungle is one of the most important role, of course, in the team. And of course, Rilich, which is the strong point of Navi, sometimes he trolls as well, okay?
Yeah.
Of course, like everyone, but like it's very hard matchup for Fnatic as well. But I had the feeling through the series that actually Fnatic will pull off the miracle, you know? I don't know why. Wow. I felt it. Yeah, I don't know. I felt it somehow, but I know I should stop give them, any chance. I don't know.
My biggest thing is I think Fnatic to me look a little bit weak in the early game, and the games they have won. I think the majority of the games that they have won have come from punishing mistakes from the other team in the mid to late game, and there's skill in that, but I haven't seen too much. I mean, Kitty, what's your take on either Navi or Fnatic?
Low key, I wanted to give a little shout out to Lospa because you may or may not be believing in let's say Fnatic against Navi, but I was honestly believing in Fnatic against KC for 1.5 games out of the 3. because it's Fnatic and they always do something mid game. I want to give a little shout out to Lost, but I also wanted to ask Brizz about this as well because in one of their wins against quite literally the best team in the LEC regular season, they picked a champion called Soraka. And Soraka is a very traditional support champion that I am aware does well into certain enchanters. And it is currently 100% win rate.
Oh, come
The world.
on.
Only played twice.
Yeah,
okay, but
exactly.
it's been played twice. And it was by Kellen on DK. Oh, sorry, on BFX. Not DK Kellen anymore. That was years ago. And it was also played by Lost. But I personally kind of like it. I feel like it was winning late. It was quite impressive, especially paired alongside the Jarvan. But I wanted to ask Brizz, what do you think about the support meta shifting this way?
Listen, like you don't know me if you are talking to me about enchanters in general because like I hate them. I hate them. Like you are talking to a Pyke player, you are talking to a Thresh player, you are talking to a brand main. Like when you talk to me about I'm the best brand in the world. Listen, if you talk to me with about Lulu, about Soraka, about Seraphine, like these things, oh man, like to me they are disgusting. Like they are unskilled. You just go there. Even Karma, you go there, you push the wave, you have pressure because the kit allows you to have pressure, and then you try to even evade every single trade or every single 2v2. You just push the wave, you stay back, and then you scale. That's so unskilled. Like, I can't wait for Riot Games to change completely the meta to, I know, Real, Nautilus, Thresh as well. Where is my Thresh? Since how many years it passed from a good
Thresh
Thresh?
is not coming back.
I will say,
let's be real,
I will say,
listen,
it's a matter of time. It's a matter of time. Now, I think you're wrong, Kitty. I think there's going to be balance patches. I think
you
champions
guys
like
are
Thresh,
just
no,
reminiscing
it's gonna
on
happen.
the peak of Thresh days.
Don't call me old. Don't call me old. I'll say this though. When I looked at the Soraka comp against KC, I think part of the reason that Soraka was able to do better, especially when we got to the later stages of the game, because the game was relatively long. I mean, 32-ish minutes. But I think KC's comp didn't have the strongest of engage, right? Like, Xin Zhao has to run at you. Annie has to run and drop at Tibbers. If a Bard ult goes wide, like, with the exception of maybe the Rumble ulti, I felt that Soraka and Fnatic as a whole had the ability to kind of navigate space because they had the Ornn, they had the Jarvan, like they had the long range engage that was way, but you don't want to engage into Ornn either. And like Soraka just got free reign, I think compositionally, like draft wise, it made sense. I can't remember where the Soraka was in the draft, but I want to highlight that I liked it in that composition. And I also agree with Brizz to a certain amount that I prefer seeing the engaged champions. I prefer supports. I prefer the bruisers. I prefer that to the enchanters. But yeah,
trust me that if Playmaker is on the meta, you can see some support gap. Like if you see enchanter against enchanter, you're not gonna see much gap.
That's fair.
But
Brizz,
listen,
if you were the game designer from League of Legends and you're saying that support is completely broken and skewed towards enchanters, how would you change it?
What, I'm removing enchanters from the game? It's so brainless and unskilled. People playing enchanter, they are not learning how to play the game. Like, if you play enchanter, if you play Lulu, you are not doing anything on the game. Like, you are shielding a guy, you are speeding a guy. That guy is gonna do 1v9, right? Like, okay, you have to be good. You have to understand where to be in the exactly time, stuff like this. I'm talking in general right now, not of course on LEC,
Yeah.
Like, I think like you are not fully understand the game if you are playing enchanter. You don't know what movement to do on the map like a playmaker. Because when you play playmaker, you are taking the actions. When you play an enchanter, you are answering to the action. You have to be reactive. You don't have to be proactive. So I like more the proactiveness on the champ, when you think on the game, you learn more things playing playmaker. That's what I mean.
I don't have the stats for it right now, because I didn't know this conversation was going to come. But what I'd love to actually do, and I'll do this for next week, I want to look at the amount of enchanters versus like engaged supports that have been coming out in 2026 with the new lane quests and role quests, I should say. In comparison to last year, especially with Atakan and how last year's meta and whatnot, like I wonder if the seasonal changes have significantly skewed it, because I think it has. I think I'm seeing way more enchanters than I'm seeing engage, but it's a gut feeling. and I definitely don't have like numbers on LPL, LCK, or like instinct there. So at least in the LEC, I feel like it's going that way. So
Mm-hmm.
I think to answer your question a little, Kitty, from my perspective, I think maybe the meta game is pushing us that way as opposed to the role. Do you know what I mean? Because like you're stuck in lanes, you've got to do 2v2, the way teleport's working
Yeah.
for Unleashed Teleport. Like I feel like because enchanters are going to get the time to get like to an item or two items, maybe that's why there's less roaming, there's less. But I need to validate this because it's all just a gut feeling
I
in my head.
also
And
have a
also,
gut feeling, Trevor. I
yeah,
just want to spill my brain out on this. So I have been thinking about why enchanters are so OP at the moment. Because Bruce, I don't want to tell you this, but I'm actually a Lulu player, and I just sat there listening the entire time. I played Lulu and I hit rank 9 on OCE, so I'm a
Oh my
proud
god.
Lulu main. I love being a little annoying purple skin garlic on Summoner's Rift because that's the nickname for Lulu in Chinese League of Legends. Anyway, so I personally think solo queue is skewed towards enchanters at the moment due to what Trevor said earlier about lane quest. And a big reason is because don't you think supports are gaining way too much money these days?
What?
So I feel
This
like
is more
support.
money. What are we talking about?
Yes, exactly.
What?
No,
Bailouts,
low
bailouts,
key,
bailouts. No,
I'm getting rich in bot lane. I'm hitting my items, and what is a one item Nautilus gonna do when I have like my 3.2 items on enchanters and
I
I'm scaling? You
cannot
know?
Lane
believe you are
against me. I
hating on
show you
this.
what I can do against an enchanter.
Yeah,
Lane against my Nautilus.
yeah, exactly. I
He's
mean,
gonna
look,
flash auto.
that's
Yeah.
yeah, and then you get squashed and you die. No, but I do think it is a fun um a thought exercise because I'm looking through all of the drafts for the weekend and it's enchanter, 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 enchanter. Like I'm trying to
Yeah.
look for the Nautilus, you know.
Eh,
Siraka, Nico, maybe Nico, you can argue, right? Lulu, Nami, right? Karma, like every single draft that I'm looking through is that way. And I'll bring us back to the teams for a quick second. Um, KC, best team in the league. I think so, but I still need to see how Vitality play in playoffs in a best of five when it's the pressure's ramping. I want to see G2 in form. I want to see Koi in form. But I think it's fair to say that after seeing KC in their few games, they played all 3 days. Yes, it was close against Shifters, and like they did lose, you know, a game that frankly Shifters were deserving of. They were in control the whole time. I do think Common Core should and would beat Vitality. Have they played each other yet? I'm looking at the
First
wrong
week.
thing.
First week. KC
Yeah.
1-2-1.
First week game 1 or
So
something.
so
Game
so
2.
so Casey have. I still think
Okay.
I think KC are stronger than Vitality now because I'm not counting that. Week one's like over a month ago. It's too long. But I reckon if they were to play again now, I still think it'd be 2-1 to KC.
I mean, it can be 2-1, can be 2-0. Maybe Vitality can clutch it. I don't know, man. We have to talk about
Vitality's
playoff.
that team.
I don't know. It depends. You know, if they figure out about Naknako playstyle, maybe I think like with 3 champions, he's insane. With other champions, I think he's okay. Okay, we need. I think people will realize it pretty soon, and we will see on playoff. And
Yeah.
I want to say last thing about the bot meta because I think we should talk about something more. Like I want to be serious for a second. Let's talk about this, but you should think that the pressure on the lane on a competitive stage is everything, and the 2v2 as well. Okay, they should be good 2v2. Like Karma can pressure everything. Seraphine Ash can pressure everything. Nami Corki can pressure 2v2 kills. Now Milio Lucian now is coming out with the pressure 2v2, the kill lane. So I think the meta is good. Of course, you can't roam a lot because of the mission. So Enchanter are coming out, but these 2v2 pressure things, having an Enchanter, Lulu, Yunara, you know, Lulu doesn't have a lot of pressure, but Yunara first level are insane. So you can force a pressure thanks to Yunara. So I think that's why actually Enchanters are coming out strong, because you can't force the 2v2 kill that a playmaker can make. You know, Nautilus kill pressure, but pressure
Also,
on the
but
wave.
the other side is the risk is too high. If you go with Nautilus, if you go for the engage and you don't get it, and you start to get quote unquote outscaled by the enchanter, it gets way harder. I'll say this. Let's move on to our discussion portion of the conversation. We've got a really lovely animation, and I want to update the header for our VOD watchers. I'll stick with the 2v2 meta because quick question for both of you: is the word priority still a thing in other regions? Because like, when you discuss the Lucian Amelia, for example, like level 1 engage power, when you think about Ashe Seraphine and like the fact that they've got pushing power, they can take control of the lane early. What we would normally have said on the English broadcast is like they've got priority in lane. So they have kind of the first option to push, the first option to poke. They should, if played correctly, be in control of the lane, and it is up to the opposing team to catch them. Is that still a phrase that works? Like in Italian, do you have a different word, or am I making stuff up?
Yeah, priorità di corsia, but I mean, it's normal things, but like, I don't want people to underestimate that thing, because I think that a lot of people still watch solo queue and they think like you have to kill 2v2. But in competitive, you have pressure in bot lane. That means your jungle can invade if he has the Xinzao, the Jarvan, everything. You can contest the camps. You can do things like this. That, of course, in solo queue, you can't, talk to the jungler. You can't coordinate with your teammates. Okay, so that doesn't work in solo queue. But the priority, of course, is the most important thing, I think, on LEC, LCK, and competitive. Do you remember the double ADC meta on bot lane? When you play Caitlyn, Varus, Kalista. I mean, Keria even played Ezreal. But you know why they played it? Not because the support, they were broken as support. They were playing them because they had pry on the lane.
Yes. Yeah.
And that's so important.
It's because the game gets warped by the players, right? In the same way that many, many years ago, when the LCK was doing the lane swap meta, and taking control of the map, just completely opting out of the 2v2s and the 1v1s to push an early tower, and like you'd be losing 2 towers by like 6 minutes in game at times. They just had a handle on the game. They controlled it, and they took away counterplay options. I think that's why we're seeing like so many changes to the armor on turrets, why we're changing. You see things like Atakan, like to kind of try to force people to stay in lane. And now the design philosophy is like, well, there's a quest. Play it the way we say so, and minimize creativity so that skill expression comes up.
The only champion maybe is Bard, because Electro Bard. But level 1 of Bard is pretty insane, Electro level 1, like.
Yeah, I mean, doing 10 billion damage with auto Q order seems really balanced. I also wanted to ask Brizz,
come on, you play Lulu. What are we talking about?
Yeah, exactly.
Bard is a perfect middle ground champion because he's technically not either, right? He's a ranged playmaker, if that makes sense. He's kind of like Nico, but Nico builds full AP, but Bard has a bit more versatility. But I wanted to ask, so Bard has been creeping up in the priority in pick ban, not in game, in priority, during pick ban, where it gets often picked with Ezreal, and it's quite strong, but it doesn't get that lane priority. So I wanted to ask, Brizz, what do you think about the Bard answer into a lot of these Ashe Seraphines as they are being purposely let open in draft?
Okay, think about Ashe Seraphine and think about their weakness. They are bot immobile. They can't move. If a Bard ult comes to them, like if you use Bard ult, they have to flash. So in mid game, the comps against the best comps against Seraphine Ashe should be like Nocturne jungle, Pantheon. So level 6, they can't push you. You take the pressure on Ashe Seraphine playing this kind of junglers, or even Bard on level 6. You have the respect. You can't push under tower a Bard because you can be punished by the jungler and the Bard ult. So I think it is one of the best answers, because there's no other answer to the Seraphine Ashe, because they push you too much. I think even if you play, let's say Nico, that had the best laning phase for years, maybe 1 year, and the 2 point on Q, and then you push every single lane, okay, against every playmaker. Then Karma comes in as a counter pick to Nico. But why Karma is a counter pick to Nico? Because Nico can't push the lane, Karma is perma pressure, she out support you in general. Even if you do the best engage with Nico, Karma can still mantra shield every single player on the team. But the team with Nico didn't found any good early game. They can't punish you on the jungle because Nico can't push on the lane. So that's the thing.
I wanted to quickly chime in because we're talking about Karma at the moment, and there's been a couple games from LEC, I believe from Paddock, it was shifters. A lot of Korean AD carries from the LEC. They do love playing Ezreal Karma, and that is seen to be an answer into Ashe Seraphine. So I want you to break us down the matchup between Ashe Seraphine against Ezreal Karma, because a lot of people are saying, oh, Ezreal Karma is supposed to win lane from 1 to 3, but I don't see it happening very often in LEC.
What? Tell me the name of these people. What is this?
Twitch chat.
Yeah.
Oh my god. I don't know, man. Like Seraphine level 1, double Q on the wave, Karma Mantra Q on the wave, Ashe pushes more than Ezreal with W. I don't know, man. I think it depends on level 1 if someone trolls something. You know, like in solo queue, Karma comes level 1, Mantra Q on the guy for no reason and not on the wave. And then of course like you don't.
That's what I was gonna say. That's so huge. That is so huge. The difference between solo queue and pro play, how you use your abilities, whether you're playing to control the wave or whether you're something like put poke down on the opponents. And then also, if some people are a little bit like brain dead and they stand out of position and they take full damage. You know, like we've seen that a fair amount, and it's a bit frustrating, which does suck.
Something really cool that a lot of teams have adapted to is if their top lane has a bit of free time, like let's say they're not in a very strong matchup, they're on the weak side, they're in a tank champion, let's say Sion. If you have the Ashe Seraphine, or if you have like a really strong 2v2 that you want to win level 1 for bot side, the top lane will actually go towards the bot side, put their ward down. They're going to sacrifice their own ward for their bot lane 2v2, and then just kind of tank the first couple waves in top lane to ensure that double bushes are warded. So that's something that people have adapted to. Doesn't happen every single game, but it's definitely an option. So that's how important priority is on today's episode.
It also not only just that. By the way, great. Like we should put that as a subject. Priority on today's episode with Kitty, Brizz, and Quickshot. No, I do think as well it really highlights the overall metagame and how important role quests are. Like the fact that if you are in a fearless draft in a losing matchup and you're going to lose the lane anyway, hey, screw it. If I lose the lane by 10 CS or 15 CS, I'm still losing. So let's give up a little bit more. Let me quickly say this. I know Hans Summer will be joining us in about hopefully 10-15 minutes. We'll come back to gameplay chat with them now, once he joins. Before he does, something that I want to chat to the two of you about was, what was your take on the stadium, on Every and the fans? And I'll start because I love seeing a loud, energetic, involved crowd. I will say one small caveat that sometimes I feel as a slightly older gentleman that screaming and yelling and chanting for the sake of screaming and yelling and chanting can get tiring. I'm nearly 40, and there were times where I was like, oh, come on, boys and girls, chill out a little. But that was 1 out of 10 times. I love the crowd. I love the amount of respect that the blue wall put up for the minute of silence. In case you missed it, one of the super fans unfortunately passed away, and the entire stadium made a plan for a minute of silence. I even like the booing of teams. I don't care. I think you're playing enemy territory. I watch enough other sports to happen. Like, I loved watching it, and I felt so jealous that I wasn't there in person. Mr. Brizz, what did you make? What did you think?
You just said that you were in the best vacation in your life, and now you want to be watching KC shifters on the stadium. What is this? Like,
listen,
this guy is a liar, guys.
No, listen, they're two separate things. If I was working and the event was this weekend, I'd prefer to be there. There's no way in hell I'll never give up the vacation for that. But like, I got to go to Barcelona, and look, the vibe was not quite the same. I'll put it that way.
Yeah. So I was a player back in my days, playing in I don't want to say stadium, but we played on festivals. I don't know how to say it, and there was a very big crowd back then, and it was insane. As a player, is the best thing in the world. For sure. Like,
how does it feel being on stage when you
are
hear
so
people
pumped
chanting?
up by the people. Every play you do is the best play in the world. Actually, I played on the final of the Italian tournament 1 year ago. Actually, I have a medal. Look at this. Wait. Let me flex.
Yes, get it out.
Look at this.
Yes, that's awesome.
League of Legends medal.
Listen, I have 3 rooms full of trophies. Back then, I want to show you, of course, but you have to believe. You know, I never lie. Nice. You can check Lolepedia if you want. No, by the way, like, it's the best feeling in the world, especially when the crowd is cheering for you and not against you. But you know, I'm a streamer, so everybody cheers for me.
Yeah,
and
sure.
I love a good crowd, okay? And I didn't like. I think Vladi. I didn't like it too much. Maybe I felt some boo, when it was showed. But I think it's fine. That should be esport every time to me. Like maybe Quickshot here, he comes from Counter Strike. Maybe he knows the Counter Strike scene. Like I think it should be like that every time.
People boo in the NFL. Like, NBA, like boxing, UFC. I think there's a lot of esports viewers that don't know or watch traditional sports at all, and that's fine. There's no judgment. But sometimes when you do have only one frame of reference, like there's some people that don't like it, and I'm like, no, come on. It's I thought it was awesome. I was watching the VODs. I didn't get to watch it live, but watching the VODs back once I got home, even the energy still bleeds through, even though when I'm watching a VOD. Like, Kitty, does it sustain you at fucking ungodly hours when you're watching the streams?
I have a slightly different opinion, but that is also because I come from a completely different culture. For all the people that don't know me, I have a background in Chinese, and I used to work with the LPL. I used to interact with a lot of the Asian fans and the Asian fan base, etc. So I understand their culture a lot more, especially their attitude towards esports. And I don't watch traditional sports. I grew up watching and playing League of Legends, so it's the only esports I know. I'm aware that Trevor is a big fan of CS, and obviously there's a lot of traditional sports in EU. So I pretty much had to go into this whole KC / just roadshow in general, home ground fan reaction to other teams playing and participating in the entire tournament. And I am slowly starting to get it, but I'm still of a more conservative perspective as an Asian fan, because we really want to respect the time where people travel to your home stadium. But I am starting to kind of get how fun it is. Like, the banter, I know the players love it. They're smiling on it. They're like, they're booing me again, but like, what if I shit on your team, So the satisfaction that some of these players get is really rewarding. And specifically for Vladdy, I know he even like made a tweet about it. He loved it, and it's slowly growing on me. Am I being westernized into European?
I'll say this. It's different. It's different flavors to me. Ice cream, you should always have different flavors every time you have an ice cream. That's my preference, and that's what I think sometimes when I watch esports. But like, okay, probing question: what is worse in your opinion? I'm gonna make a generalization of the audience stereotypes that we have. So, Brazil and France, and in pretty much every esports, are audiences in countries that are, frankly, too loud. They cheer for everything, they boo for everyone, and they're there for the party and the vibe more than anything. So sometimes they just cheer for the sake of it, sing for the sake of it, make noise for the sake of it. So is that worse than a lot of LPL fans, and I'm only speaking about League of Legends now, who once there's no LPL team present or not playing, go home or just don't show up? And these are things that I have seen and that are statistically provable. Which do you think is worse?
Kitty, go first.
Yes.
Oh, I mean, one is a full stadium with a lot of energy, but sometimes it might be a little bit too negative for some people, especially if they are a little bit on the more reserved side. I can see that. If people enjoy big stages and you're on stage and you're getting all this attention, I mean, we already saw the versatility of the KC crowd. They were super fun. They were really excited. But when they were asked to have their minute of silence, they gave that. They showed respect. So it's something that fans are capable of. They are very adaptable. So I completely respect that. And I would rather have that any day of the week over an empty stadium, because guys, there's no one there.
Yeah.
I mean, I think as well, like, I mean, I'm not saying we are worse than Koreans or Asian teams. I will never say something like that. I think like G2 can easily
6-0,
I mean, let's say this: if there is an international tournament in Europe, I want my crowd to devastate the Asian teams. So at least I have a chance, Let's say like this.
I agree with that. I agree with that entirely. I think home field advantage is important, and like it's something that we actually struggled with when I was commentating League. Is that when we're at international events and we cheered for European teams, but you're meant to be impartial. You're on the English. I'm like, frankly, screw that.
Yes.
I cast for LEC. I represent Europe. These are my boys, and I want them to do well. I will celebrate when other regions do well. I just enjoy it more when it's my region. That's my preference. That's how I think about it. And like the reason I want to bring it up is like Brizz. There's been two roadshows already. There's another one in Madrid coming up. I think there's another one in summer. I can't remember if that's true, but like we've seen more roadshows. Is this the future of Lolesports? What do you want it to be? What do you think?
I want it to be the future, but I mean the numbers are not saying. What are you drinking from? What is this? What? What am I watching?
It's like a Stanley Cup, but a different version from a strawberry theme park. Yeah. I'll tell you about where this comes from in a few minutes.
Do they make it the male version as well?
Excuse me, don't you dare gender shame me. I love my little strip.
No, that's what I mean for my chat, because they always tell me like this on my shirts, you know.
I love it. I love it.
Well, I think that I hope that's the future for esports in general. Like I can't stand like you know, the first stand on Brazil with 200 plays. I don't like it, man. I don't know. It feels empty. Like I remember many years ago, maybe even 10 years. 10 years ago, I remember MSI on America. In America, maybe it was full of people. It was so good. I mean, maybe you remember the Ash Arrow of a guy.
Whoa,
I don't.
What a throwback of a guy. Prey, man.
I remember the stadium. Yeah, it was Prey. I remember the stadium, man. Oh my god.
Mid-season Invitational 2015 in Tallahassee, Florida, from a university called Florida State University. Florida State University's motto was "Fear the Spear," and they just had like a massive javelin. And Nidalee was played a whole bunch, so like the crowd was going mad because their college campus was "Fear the Spear." Nidalee was played, and then the arrow from Prey. I think it was Freak that was casting it, if I remember the call in English. I remember it very clearly. Yeah.
Still remember the sound of the people. Like that was so insane. Like I need things like this. Like I think players need that as well, because I think the adrenaline. You have more adrenaline. You play better. Like you have more reaction. Like when I go in finals, I mean, not anymore. I feel like I play. You play slightly better. You know. I never played in big stage. You know, LEC, but I played U-Master. I played. Finals, like every time you are on the stage, you play better, and every time you hear the crowd, I'm so sure like you improve as a player. No, not improve, but you play slightly better. That's
2015 World Championship was in Europe, and group stage was Paris. Quarterfinals was Spain. Semifinals was Belgium, and then the finals was in Berlin, right? And for quarterfinals, semifinals, I think it was the first year that we got all 3 or 4 teams into quarters. Like this was the Fnatic Origin year. Both Fnatic and Origin.
The glory days.
Yeah, well, 15 and 18, 19. I think you can make an argument. But I remember being in Spain and in Belgium, and this is back when the chant was, "What is your region?" And they went EU, EU, EU. It was something that originated from the French fans. I will always credit them. And being in stadium with thousands of fans, EU, and then we get absolutely shit on by Korean teams in both semi-final. It was a 3-0, like the traditional 3-0, where like it looks close in game 1, it's a medium stomp in game 2, and it's an absolute slaughter in game 3.
Wait, but why Kitty did like this? Why Kitty did this? Like she's cheering for the Asian team.
A tear is shred. No,
it's a tear.
Is shred,
I thought it was like get cut. You know, we get like sliced.
Oh, like I'm not mewing you. Relax, I'm not mewing you.
Do you know what? I know what that word means, and I don't know if I'm happy about that. Kitty,
wait, Kitty, are you cheering for Asian teams against European teams?
Ooh.
So
I want to remember you are from Australia, and they never.
Yes, I have a weird background. So I'm Australian. OCE is technically Australia plus New Zealand plus little islands around Australia. However, Riot low-key killed that like 5 years ago, and all of our players are now in NA because they technically don't count as import.
Yeah.
What did Riot do?
Bad players goes to NA.
So you're technically NA is what you're saying?
Yeah, you are NA.
No, that's a couple years ago. That's exactly what happened. couple years ago, I could have applied to an NA team and I was going to be NA resident.
Yeah.
However, Riot said, okay, maybe not. We're gonna make the LCP because unfortunately there was a very tragic event happening in the VCS where
Yeah.
2/3 of their teams got culled. So they didn't have enough teams to compete due to the M word match fixing.
Okay.
And they had to come up with a new plan. What was the new plan? Well, they're gonna make LCP, which is the Pacific region. So I am currently a Pacific representative and I work very closely with everyone from the Pacific Riot Games. But then I casted in LPL, so then I also watch a lot of LPL games. I have a lot of
I casted
You're
the
biased.
UK
You're
games
so
as well, but
biased.
I'm not
You're
cheating
so
for
and
one.
then I had to watch BLG completely pummel the soon to be interviewed player Han Sama coming up in like
Yep.
10-15 minutes. So I was quite depressed. However, from a completely neutral point of view, I think the win for BLG at First Stand completely revived at least the in-person attendance for all of their live games. There's actually a bunch of people showing up to not just BLG games, but honestly, like top 4 teams, top 5, 6 teams. And that's really impressive because
That's
LPL
nice.
actually has a stadium that's bigger than 200 people and
Yeah.
they get butts in the seats. So I think that's really cool.
I mean,
I
it's the
also do
same-
want to touch about, oh, quickly, since we're talking about LAN, not only LEC doing roadshow at the moment, have you guys realized that LCK is currently also doing roadshows, especially T1 and Gen G? They're pretty much traveling across Southeast Asia, and it's working out really well for them.
It's not fair. I feel so jealous. That's not. I don't think it's not fair. I think I'm so jealous that the markets, the stadiums, and the organization have been so successful because I think we could do that in Europe. I think the possibility is there. So congratulations. It looks awesome, but I'm just jealous.
You wanted to watch Carrier re-sign his contract until 2029. Oh, yeah, let's talk about that. Carrier re-signing
Love
Well,
it.
T1 until
let's do this.
2029.
Seeing as that we're looking forward and we are anticipating what's coming in the future. Where's the future? I don't know. Let's turn to
I
our
am the
preview
future.
section. You are the future. I just want to run the animation and have it say preview so that it's easy for the VOD.
Of
Carrier
course.
2029. I don't have strong feelings.
What?
Yeah. Why are you excited, Brizz?
He's the GOAT. What are you talking about? Best player ever existed in history of League of Legends. What?
Ooh.
I mean, like, come on, man. Okay,
Definitely a hot take.
let's say Faker. Okay, let's say Faker.
Yeah.
But like, no, come on, man. Carrier Prime, like the second support in the world is here. Like, I'm here. Carrier is here. Come on.
The reason that I think I'm not so surprised, I think I was not as shocked that Zeus kind of left and moved because I didn't think that Zeus was like a face of T1, like marketing branding. Like, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe Faker's the only person that Faker does a heart with is with Carrier. Everyone else gets the thumbs up. Now, I'm 90% certain. You can go look at any fan photo, anything. If anybody does the heart, Faker does this, except for Carrier. I'm 99%. And when I see he's re-signed for so many years, in my head, it's like, okay, kind of an obvious move. They've kept Faker. Like, Faker will never not be on T1. Never. I am so certain. And Carrier is kind of, in my opinion, the second face of the team. So, good decision. Great player. No but like, I'm just not shocked or surprised. So, cool.
I mean, I think we have to talk about owner as well, guys. Like I agree. I agree, of course, with Carrier. I'm a big fan of Guma use here, guys. Like, I feel like the people always talks about we don't know who is the best AD carry in history. Like, maybe Viper, maybe Uzi, maybe this guy. I think it's Guma. Maybe Ruler. I think it's Guma because he won so many. He won so many words, and like, I feel like some plays of Guma. I think you remember him stepping the very basic attacks with Varus.
Yeah.
Maybe you'll remember it. Like,
oh yes,
I never seen something like that from any AD carry, and he always managed to perform on world stage. Like, I never, even the words where they lost against Dragon X, he stole like 4 Nashor in the final. Like, are we crazy? Like, this guy, no, not 4, maybe 2 or 3. Like, I don't remember, but he stole some Nashor. Like,
this is a great question. I'm actually going to ask anybody that is watching. drop a comment on Twitch, on YouTube. Let us know on Discord, the G2 Discord, as well as Kitty and my Discord, as well as Brizz's Discord. Who do you think is the greatest AD carry? Because I want to revisit this, especially when we start coming up to MSI and we start building some preview conversations. Drop some names in chat. I want to quickly bring us back to LEC because I'm hoping we'll get Hansama into the call soon. Let's talk about the fact that next week, G2 plays one series. They play against Na'Vi. Pretty important because Navi's already in playoffs. So if G2 win, it brings them one step closer. It also increases the likelihood of a higher seed. But more importantly, in my head, Fnatic's last two series, they play Heretics, they play Vitality. Those are the two series that I'm watching as the most important. Kitty, what series do you want to talk about or like mention and kind of what would your expectations be for how they're going to play out?
Oh, honestly, since we're on the G2 broadcast, we might as well talk about G2 versus Navi, right? Might as well ask Hans, yo, so you gonna win or are you guys gonna just keep losing until you're one game away from locking in playoffs again? Which did happen in Split 1 for G2, and it was incredibly scary. And I actually just talked about it on stream where I said, I can't not trust G2 anymore because they did that one miracle run in Split 1 in winter, one game away from getting eliminated into literally the grand finals of an international station. So maybe they're just that guy, but against Navi, I am looking forward to the jungle head-to-head between Relish. Is it Relish? Really?
Relish, yeah, Relish.
Relish.
We
yeah.
understand. We understand.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, against Skewmon. Because I do think they are going to be the powerhouses for both sides. And honestly, maybe Skewmon hasn't been looking too consistent in the previous series that G2 have played a week ago. Well, I don't want to. Brizz is smiling over here.
I don't know. Like we talk every time about this. Like we don't know about G2 until playoffs. So let's say, yeah, I had the feeling like Skewmon sometimes was trolling on purpose, playing Vi. I can't wait on Sama to be here so I can flame him and say, how did you lose against Fnatic? Like that's impossible. And like I don't have the feeling that G2 and Navi is the most important game of the week. Like they are for sure the best game on the week. But if Fnatic is like they lose against Heretics, the game doesn't matter. Like it matters, of course, it's important. But you know, Fnatic lose, playoff are locked. So
yes.
You know
that's where my head's at as well. It's more about the ramifications for that like sixth and final spot because with 3 teams eliminated already, only one more team's going to drop. The Heretics and Shifters play each other on Saturday. Doesn't really mean anything. There is a thought to be spared for Koi because Koi are playing Shifters on the Monday, and then Koi go into the final roadshow in Madrid. They play every single day. G2 play every single day. KC play every single day.
Yeah.
So there is a very real likelihood that G2 can jump from, I think we're currently like sixth in the standings, whatever it is.
You nearly said like the number.
Second or third. What, 6, 7. Let's go. Oh, I'm so old. But I think the fascinating things for me is going to be looking at how does Vitality perform against Fnatic on that Monday? That's a huge series. It's a huge chance. If G2 pull a G2 and somehow get taken down by Na'Vi, not somehow, like realistically, Na'Vi's a good team. They got to respect them. Things can get really spicy, you know? The benchmark will be set. Whatever score Fnatic ends up with, like they could be eliminated by the end of the weekend, but if they do win, that's the score G2 has to beat next week, and the pressure's going to be on.
I mean, there's for sure pressure on G2 as well, but we need to see how teams that are already locked in, how they will perform. Like, you know, Vitality is already locked.
Yeah.
Fnatic Vitality is going to be a great game. Like, it depends. You know, when you see Vitality, you see people trolling sometimes. So maybe, let's say they want to have some fun. They want to, I don't know, try some picks, you know? You never know how it's going to be with Vitality. Navi as well, right now, they are already locked. Maybe, you know, G2 has to win one, like, they have to try, they have a better mentality coming on the week because they have to win no matter what. Navi doesn't have to win no matter what, so.
Yeah. I mean, that does matter. It does matter.
Yeah, of course.
But, and again, it's also like, okay, do how seriously do the teams take the matches? The teams that are eliminated, the teams that are on top. I am hearing that Hansam will be joining us relatively soon, and I'll give you guys a quick heads up that we'll need to wrap up our interview at about 25 past the hour, so that's in 15 minutes. So for Kitty and for Brizz, I'll give you guys both a chance to interview Hansama. For Brizz, this is a good test for you, brother. How many interviews have you done in the past?
What? I'm not going to interview. Look, listen, man. You tell me about Ansam at 18. I have the message on Discord from Kitty.
Pull out the receipt.
Ansama is going to be there as well. 5 minutes before, like I didn't know anything about it. So,
Brizz, so you're not professional. Come on, man.
What?
So what is the problem?
I mean, I have something to say. Come on. I will invent something on the moment.
No, I don't. No, I don't. Okay, just before he gets in here, I will ask, do you watch anime, Brizz? Is that
yeah. I mean, back in my days, I watched a lot. Right now, I'm watching. I have I don't know, Crunchyroll. You know.
Okay.
You know,
Crunchyroll. Okay.
Are you watching anything specific right now? We might start with anime.
Oh my god, I need to check the name. Well, like in my days, like Full Metal Alchemist is one of my
yes. Thank you.
Steins Gate, Death Note. I know, like I have many, like
Light and Ryuk, one of my favorites.
The OGs.
I'm a little bit behind because I was on vacation. I haven't watched all of the new ones. Like, please. What's the Shadow of the Demon World or something? I can't remember the name of it.
Yeah, they are the creator of Full Metal Alchemist, right?
Yes.
Same,
dude,
yeah.
You have to watch it. I
will. I'm waiting for all the episodes to come out. Like I don't like I watch an episode and then I have to wait 1 week. I'm like, oh my god, man. I don't want to wait. I want to watch everything.
Phone camping the episode when it drops on Thursday.
Yeah. Are you watching weekly at the minute, Kitty?
Ooh, what am I watching? Oh, I'm a bit unfaithful to anime. I'm watching some real life TV shows. Oh, that's disgusting.
Yeah, Korean drama.
Anime-wise, I am completely obsessed with this one anime, and it's this romance anime, and it's called You and I Are Polar Opposites. It's so cute. I absolutely hate anything that is set in high school, because for some reason your girl's just not feeling the high school vibes anymore. I'm on the younger side, but I still can't be invested into, oh my god, he held my hand, he looked at me for 1 second, what does this mean? It was just like, I think it's for girls, I think it's called shoujo instead of shounen. So it's definitely shoujo, but I really like that. And I highly recommend people, if they want some slice of my life, to watch You and I Are Polar Opposites.
You and I Are Polar Opposites. Okay, I'll keep that in mind. One lead question, because I'm still, again, apologies about the small delay here. The G2 boys were actually just finishing scrims. We'll find out if they went well or not. Yeah. So that's why Hansam is a little late. Brizz, you talked about playing local LAN not too long ago.
What?
And EMEA Masters
not too long ago.
Last year. Sorry, in this episode you spoke about last year's tournament. EMEA Masters has just wrapped up, and I was super bummed that there was no English stream. What is the local tournament scene like? In and around Italy, because I actually think Italy and Sydney will be the same. Like very small, not a lot. Like I just imagine they're on the smaller scale.
Listen, I think like a local scene in Italy, it was dead until 2 years ago. Then I come up trying to...
Revived?
Yeah, I revived it. I'm like Italian Jesus, you know?
Okay, I see you.
I don't know, like the people still believe in it. I am one of those guys, you know? I believe that esport can work in Italy as well. But like... the results are not good, you know, people watching less every day, every year, you know, every split. Yeah. I tried to revive it.
Small lands?
Yeah, it's very small, but it was like they had 4K viewers a few years ago, you know, so it was not that small. But it is what it is, you know. Let's say like this. I think every scene in Europe is.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
No, it's not. It is what it is. Brizz, if you can revive it once, you can revive it twice. I believe you.
I mean, I revived it twice this year, so I don't know about the third one.
See,
it's one of the next year on April.
It's one of the things that I do like to talk about, because all three of us, our home regions, are on the small side. Like I grew up in South Africa for 22 years. And I competed in South Africa, not League of Legends. I played Quake and Call of Duty, and those were very small. Like I went to LANs every year for Call of Duty 4, and let's say 20 to 40 teams would compete at pretty much every LAN, but it would be the same 8 teams that would make playoffs anywhere in the country. If there was a little bit of prize money, I would always make semifinals, and I'd be too hungover to do to super try hard. The rule on my team, Brizz, you'll love this. You'll love this. My clan tag was BFB. Okay, BFB. It stood for Big Fat Bastard, and the rule was if you were not getting fed with us, you were not playing with us. The children who are watching, I'm not encouraging any of those behaviors or decisions, but we were social tryhards. We like to have fun, we like to party, and we played quite a few tournaments.
I mean, how many teams? How many teams from South Africa?
20? In Call of Duty 4, there was call it 30 on average. 30 on average.
30.
Yeah. And I was top 4 in a tiny little scene.
No, so. I mean, nobody plays it, so
yeah,
you manage it.
Kitty, what's the competitive scene like? Do you actually attend any LANs?
Jesus, I started off with LANs because I used to rock up to LANs with 5 of my Challenger friends, including myself, and we used to compete at tournaments hosted locally for RP and Triumphant Rise, because that's how you get Triumphant Rise. And it's honestly quite the cool skin. I think they might have changed the splash art for it. I'm not too sure, to be honest. It's been a very long time. But I shit you not, the only team that rocks up to the Microsoft LAN, that's going to be the only team that plays, I believe, 3 games, and they're all sub 20 minutes. Because guess what? Everyone else at the LAN is bronze to gold. This was before Iron was even introduced into the game. Okay. Bronze to gold. And I felt so bad, but that just reminded me of a really funny story because Trevor was talking about it earlier. We attended another tournament, and this one was for a more legitimate prize. I was getting quite deep into the LAN experience, and my team was on the verge of getting disqualified because this is actually something we can maybe talk about. In-game banter. Well, what was the in-game banter? My team was fountain diving the enemy after the game was super over and the Nexus is slowly dying. And the freaking tournament hosts were like, actually, fountain diving is considered incredibly disrespectful, and you cannot have this behavior on professional broadcast, and we cannot allow this. So half of your team will be disqualified. What? And then I literally watched, I think it was LCS or something, and they were doing the same shit.
Yes, so what happened to me as well.
Hello. Oh, you're on the receiving
Wait, you know what happened to me? Like, I did the same on quarterfinals. I played the Braum, Hail of Blades, and Troll build because I was against... I was against Diamond 1 team. Like, we were by far the best team, okay? And we stomped them, and I was like trolling around. I was 10-0. And like the referee of my tournament comes in and say, I'm gonna yellow card you. If you do it again, you're gonna get disqualified. Then in final, in LAN, I did again the same with Halo Blades. I go on the face from the referee and I said, do something about it. I said it. I swear to God, he said like, go away, please. I was like this.
Let me remember. Misfit Ignor, when he played for Misfits in support, he played Fervor Leona. If I remember correctly. Yes. Okay. And if warnings were given out for playing, if you play it seriously, I don't care. If you've been beaten so badly that you can get fountain dived, I'm sorry, but this is a competitive game. I understand a warning can be given. Okay, fine. Like maybe, like if you do it once or twice, if you do it 5 or 10 times, like I think context matters. But did you guys see the player who was banned from Pokemon Go? Because he was cheating. Too celebratory.
Yeah.
Cheering.
What? That's bullshit, man. Come on.
Hey, listen.
People are still playing Pokemon Go?
Dude, you should look this up, Kitty. Pokemon Go player banned. I will say that I don't want to comment on this because I don't know Niantic. I don't know the rule set on this, but it was a interesting story, and that will be the last sort of fun distraction. I am hearing that we can float the interview graphic and move over to a conversation with Hans Summer. For Kitty and for Brizz, make sure you don't have the vMix call muted.
Hello.
We'll be using that one to speak to Hans Summer. And good evening, Hans. How are you doing, my friend?
Hello.
Hello. I'm doing good. Do you guys hear me?
Yes, we hear you. We see you. Just before I unleash my interview hosts, my guests, Brizz, our Italian co-streamer, you obviously know Kitty. I want to know, how did scrims go? Good, bad? How are you feeling?
Today or overall?
Yes. Let's go today. Let's give me all the secrets.
The secret today could be better. Could be better. I think we were maybe a little bit low energy, but those days happens. You know, there's some up and down in terms of energy, and today was the day. Tomorrow will be most likely the high energy day, and that's gonna be the most important day, I guess, because we have an official match tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm excited for that. That's going to be EWC, obviously. I'll circle back to the EWC match in a second because I still don't know who won between Fnatic and Shifters. If you know, you can tell me. Just before I let Brizz talk a little bit about whatever he would like to, Hans Summer, how much of Every did you watch? How does it feel seeing an event like that happening in France and you're not there, you're not playing?
Uh, I I think I only watched the KC matches the most. I watched maybe a few others. But yeah, I think KC matches were. I mean, it's usually super hype. I feel like the crowd is very much cheering for them. I think the the vibe of the when I wasn't there, but just judging from the stream sounds, the fans were really energetic. So that was entertaining. I think the best of three, KC against Shifters was entertaining. I thought that was quite close. Or was it Shifters? I think like the game
Yeah,
really
no,
close. That's the latest. Oh,
both.
my memory is bad.
Yeah. No, that's fair. That's fair. So do you get jealous at all that they're not screaming or booing you and you get to shush them?
Sorry.
Do you get jealous that you don't get to shut them up because they're so loud and you'd be able to smash Casey?
Oh, I mean that would be a nice experience to have. We don't get to play in France this time. But I wish that yeah, last year we would like shush them a bit, but
Yeah.
they ended up winning against us last year, and they brought a good performance. I still remember that. So yeah, I guess it's gonna be
Looking
for
forward to it.
Madrid.
Exactly, exactly. Now, Brees,
What's
you're
up?
officially the
Yeah.
host of the show. You can now take over. What would you like to talk about, my friend?
Hey, Ansama, nice to meet you, man. Listen, big
Hey,
fan, first of all. And like, I want to talk about G2, and I want to talk to you because I need to understand what does it change from G2 on group stage, on the regular season, and G2 on playoffs. Because like I'm not understanding full sometimes watching the games. It feels like you guys sometimes are trying things, not fully committed to the key of victory. Sometimes you just do. It doesn't look like something you do seriously. Let's say like this. Maybe I might be wrong. Okay.
mm, I think it's been like this for many years since I came to the team, right? I
Yeah,
don't
yeah,
think we've been. I don't think we've ever been, except last year summer, because maybe the buff after MSI EWC was too strong. But it's always been the case. I feel like we've been more on the side where we are trying things.
yeah,
There's some draft or like some gameplay things that we are trying in the first weeks. But I feel like when it actually matters the most, when we have to go qualify to playoff, or like we have playoffs, I feel like we are really locked in on our plans, and we definitely feel consistently confident that a certain plan will like many plans will make us win the game. So
yeah, yeah,
that's the feeling that I get. Also I feel like everyone is putting a lot more effort when it matters the most. Yeah, everyone wish that we are putting as much effort when it's just regular season, but I like that that there's a change of performance when times time gets really like
yeah, yeah, yeah,
important. There's
yeah, yeah, yeah. We can totally see it from first hand as well, by the way. And also, first of all, I'm not like quick shot here, bronze player. Like I'm a
Yeah.
1K LP master. Okay, I played you
okay.
master I did EU Master this year as well as a coach, so I know what I'm talking about. Listen,
how did that go, Brizz? How did that go? Okay, right.
I mean, I come from Italy. Come on. Okay, thank you. Wait, I'm the hoster. You shouldn't do questions. What is this? From an AD carry perspective, how do you feel about the meta? Because look, I hate enchanters. Okay, I'm a playmaker. Pike, Thresh, Nautilus, Sphinx, Rel. I hate enchant. I hate Lulu. I know maybe as an AD carry, maybe you love to be, supported a little more. Do you want the meta to change a bit, or maybe you don't want to see Labrov on playmakers? Let me know.
Honestly, I really like both meta.
Okay.
I don't really have any preference, but I guess this meta is a bit like we made finals of first stand, and the last time I went very far at international was actually Enchanter as well. It was like the Ardent meta a long time ago in 2017.
He's adaptable with enchanters.
Yeah.
So maybe I'm good with enchanters. Who knows? But no, really. I really like both metas. I think the enchanter side, you have to be knowing very good your lane. I think me and Labrov are pretty good laners, I would say. So it's very beneficial for us. But I also think Labrov is a very good player to play those engaged champions. We see it a bit less. I also think that it doesn't help if every team are banning Nautilus, permaban the champ. If Nautilus is up in the game, maybe the meta would maybe a bit change a little bit. But yeah, I feel like every enchanter right now is very strong. People are starting to play maybe a bit more Melio. But yeah, maybe if they get nerfed. The items seem strong, so it makes sense why they are so strong.
I'm going to quickly grab the conversation because talking about duos, I do want to quickly mention that EU solo queue is resetting very, very soon. And it is known to the internet that G2 is the highest rank in terms of LP added together at around, I don't know how much. It's a bit too much. I think everyone's like 2.2k plus from what I saw. I think BB might have been, actually no, everyone was really high. Everyone was challenger. However, patch 1 after the reset, which is the new season, there is no duo queue. So no more Laboop, no more Labro for you, Stephen. And I wanted to ask, so what do you think about ranked resetting with the alteration of no duo queue allowed for Apex tier, and how does that affect you as a bottom laner?
Well, it's kind of. I've been climbing a lot recently, so it's kind of sad that they have to reset at the time that I actually climb a lot, because I'm like 2.9.
I agree with
climbing too much.
It's because I'm like 2.9 KLP, but that's fine. That's fine. But I mean, I'm not really joking with Labrov much anyway, so
that's why you are climbing.
That doesn't really change. Actually, yeah, the win rate is kind of bad, so like we are just like gonna play on our own, But yeah, I hope the reset is gonna be good. They are apparently resetting MMI if I'm not wrong, and maybe the games will be feeling a bit weird because I feel like every player can play against every player in a master reset. We're gonna have to see. Maybe after a few days, you can see more quality games. But it's true, but that right now I'm playing at like 2k 9 LP, and the game quality is very could be better. Yeah.
Can I answer as well, Kitty? Do I count as a bot laner as well? Since
player,
I'm a
it says at the bottom, in quotations, player.
I mean, okay, it's fine. I don't know, I'm so tilted. I was claiming as well, I'm 1k LP for the first time in my life, Always been almost Grandmaster, I'm a 1k LP and 100. Can't wait to find Ansama against me while I play with the one-trick Jinx Emerald that did Master for no reason. I can't wait for tomorrow games.
Yeah, for all the people that don't know,
Let's snipe.
EU solo queue is going to be reset, and everyone that is above Masters 0 LP, so even if you're Masters 1 LP, your MMR will be hard reset to Masters 0 LP, and you could potentially be versing 5 pro players, rank 1, rank 2, rank 3, rank 4, rank 5, on the opposing team, and you
Kitty,
might be a Master
I've
Ball.
been away. I've been away for a little bit. Explain to me why. What's it like? As somebody that never made it above gold ever, I don't understand. What's the ramifications? Like, what's the reason for the reset?
So unfortunately,
No, let me
Riot
answer.
Games.
No, it's not Riot
Okay.
Games. Yeah, it is Riot Games. No, go for it.
Unfortunately, Riot Games realized they made a bit of a boo-boo this split. The game itself, I personally think, is actually quite fun. I don't know if it's because I hated Otacon, but since they removed Otacon, they added role quests, they added a bunch of quality of life changes. I thought the game was quite fun. However, when you get the LP, especially if you are, I think, Diamond, you really feel it. Diamond, you're getting plus 25, 30, and negative 11. So they kind of tweaked the MMR somewhere. However, there's this one thing that Riot introduced, and it's called Ages of Valor. What does Ages of Valor do? You could potentially get double LP for playing an autofill game or playing incredibly well. So that's the rating system that you get after your League of Legends game. Let's say S plus, you'll get double LP and you'll climb extremely fast. And on the other case, Ages of Valor also protects your LP. It gives you 0 loss
You sound like you're
if
reading
you
a
play
promo.
incredibly well individually.
I mean,
Oh,
can I say something? It said that as well, of course, but I think Riot managed somehow to help bad players to improve a lot in last years. Not only this, like I have the feeling like Diamond right now is like, I don't know, kind of gold level, maybe even master, low master, I don't know. I mean, maybe Ansama agrees with me here. I hope so, but some master
my
players
fellow
are
high elo player.
Yeah,
I
some
don't know.
master
Like I feel like
players.
master players are like, I don't know, emerald players. I don't know. Let's say like this.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a bit weird.
Hopefully the reset will fix.
I
Breeze, let's
like
give one.
the.
What? Like a reset?
No,
I give
I like
Breeze
the.
one more chance.
Yeah.
One
One
like
last
last
the,
question
chance
for
to give
Ansama.
question, and then I want to move us on a little bit. Yeah.
Okay, listen, I don't want to repeat myself, but I have to with a question that looks like the same. Okay, let's take this. Ansama, I know you just answered that you played less focus, let's say like this, you try, but you just lost to Fnatic. I can't forgive you guys. Like, my community can't forgive you losing to Fnatic. I can't understand. Like, I mean, I understand trying things, you know, playing for. I don't want to say for fun. I don't want to say for fun. But trying things, try drafts, do some strange plays. But I have the feeling you just wanted to help them somehow because you feel like they are about to explode, you know?
No, it was a weird feeling, to be honest. Going to that day, we played the first game. I mean, we knew that our scrims were not perfect, but we still had the confidence from first time that we can play a good League of Legends on stage. And going to the first game, it felt so easy to win that
Okay, I
game.
understand. Okay.
No.
Yeah,
But then,
it's too. No,
but
do
then
it.
the
No,
game
listen,
two,
man.
game
I
three,
hate
it was like, wait.
Yeah. You know what I don't like? I don't like that players right now can't say anything. Like, I'm so sure that people like you or in general,
okay,
on Lily
hold on.
players.
Okay. So let's do this. Breeze.
What's
If
up?
I were to put it in quotation marks, what are the words that Hansama is trying to say but he can't say, but you
Yes,
can?
Fnatic is a shit team, and we stomped them, and we didn't care anymore. We thought it was a free game, and so we started trolling, and they managed to beat us. That's what
Okay,
happened.
cool. I think we'll say that's the
Blink
mic drop that
twice
we
if
can
you
end on.
agree.
What?
Blink.
Wait, I need to blink. Wait.
Oh my god.
There was a
No,
second.
I
That
got
was
it, I
so
got it.
good. Kitty, that was so good. Okay, look, I want to respect Hansama's time. I know you just finished a long day of scrims. We've got a few minutes left before I say thank you and goodbye. I'm turning this conversation into an anime podcast to end every episode. So tell me your top 2 anime of 2026. You can only pick 2 that you've watched in 2026.
I go last.
2026. Oh wow.
Yeah.
Jujutsu Kaisen season 3, was it?
Yeah.
Mhm.
What was the other? I think Solo Leveling was last year, right? I don't know. What is my top anime from 2026? I actually don't know. Do I have time to check my Crunchyroll right now?
Check your
Well,
Crunchyroll.
I will
Kitty,
fill
please
in
us.
really quickly. How about instead of top 2, I'm gonna divert the topic a little bit. So I know everyone's probably seen all 3 because these are huge shonen titles and they are incredibly mixed reviews. I want to ask, first of all, Hans, and then we can go Trevor, Bruce. Which anime is the most overrated show, shonen wise? Jujutsu Kaisen, Demon Slayer, or Solo Leveling? Anime only.
I go
Manga
first.
readers
Solo
are not
Leveling.
allowed.
Bad version of Hunter x Hunter.
Oh, I have so many
Oh.
things.
I don't know. Honestly, I really like those 3 anime. I don't know which one to choose.
Choose one. You have to
they
choose
are all
one.
good. They are all good.
You have to, man. You can't be like, oh, they're so good. I know you probably dislike one more than the other ones. Come on.
I mean, I really like Solo Leveling, even though, yeah, I agree. It was, it was a Hunter x Hunter low-key. Like, I don't know, they copied some things. It was kind of funny, but even though I liked, I like Demon Slayer, maybe I would choose Demon Slayer.
Demon Slayer, 100%. I'm going in, and I have 2 very strong opinions. Demon Slayer is by far the most overhyped anime of the list and of the year. It's gorgeous. It's beautiful to look at. The story sucks. Tanjiro's a bad protagonist and boring. The Swordsmith arc was crap. The first movie in the Infinity Castle was terrible. Put Infinity Castle next to the Chainsaw Man Reze arc, Reze movie. It's not this. Secondly, I'll add one more hot spicy one that's a complete derail, and I apologize. But Hunter x Hunter really sucked. Gon was a terrible protagonist. Killua
You are
is
a terrible
cooler
hoster.
in every way.
What is this?
Gon's entire storyline is I am so sad. I want my dad. My dad never loved. Like, there's no character development.
Daddy issues.
The entire card game arc was terrible. The Ants was so boring. I thought Hunter x Hunter.
You are going to be a dad soon, right? Quickshot.
Yes, I'm going to raise him on My Hero Academia. It's better in every way.
Yeah, I'm watching
Dragon Ball, Dragon
it as
Ball.
well, but yeah, Dragon Ball is good as well. But listen, man,
Yes.
you know that like Hunter x Hunter, like the daddy problems and blah blah blah. From Hunter x Hunter, now you know how to be a good father. So at least they teach you something.
Yeah, be there, be around.
Yes, be there. So it's a good anime because it teaches you something. It's good.
Kitty,
No,
what's
watch
your
Dragon
most
Ball.
overrated?
I watched everything.
My most overrated?
Maybe I wouldn't be a pro if it wasn't for Dragon Ball.
Yes.
Oh, Dragon Ball.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So you know the
My
Okay,
most overrated is Solo Leveling. That's just quickly. I am not a manhwa reader. I just thought Solo Leveling was so like brain off and power level, and honestly, I wasn't attached to literally any character except for the main character because he got a glow up. But even so, I
Yeah.
feel like if you want to do power creep, since we're talking about animes that we've been watching, I mean, I'm still currently in my season 2 of Sword Art Online. I just think they wanted to copy what Kirito did in game 1, but they failed. They have like literally the same hair, same look, and they have the same dungeons to verse as well. I'm just like, okay, settle
I'll say
down there,
this really
Sung
quickly.
Jin Woo.
Solo Leveling is just fight porn, and that's what I watched it for, so I don't care, right? Like, you know,
No character
Hans-
development, just fighting.
exactly. You wait for the plumber to deliver, or the pizza delivery guy, and then things happen, and it's, you know, a fun movie. Hans Summer, why did Dragon Ball get you into being a pro?
Vegeta
When I
mindset.
was the Super Saiyan mindset, you know, it's like you keep. I played this game since 2011, season 1 basically, and I was brown.
Wait, how old were you?
I was 11 years old.
Oh my
I
god!
was
I started
brown.
playing League at 8, like the 19 years old. What?
But sometimes you wanna like as a reset button, you know, when you're losing so many games. For me, I imagine you know, being Super Saiyan, I just come back and I Smurf, and maybe I did that a lot, and maybe that made me improve a bit and not give up.
Is that
because
why? Is that why you
Solo
dye your
Q
hair
is very
blonde?
mental, you know. Huh?
Yeah.
What?
Is that why you dye
Oh.
your hair? You go Super Saiyan?
No.
You know who can't
I
go?
guess I was
Yeah.
making jokes that yeah, I'm gonna go Super Sama. I guess
You know who can't
I
make
employed
a
this
Super
should.
Saiyan?
Yeah.
Caps.
Super Sama.
No,
Caps.
poor
Dude,
Caps.
That is too mean. That is too mean. I will say this:
Come
we
on.
are going to be running out of time, so let's start to say our quick little goodbyes. Brizz, final
What's up?
word just before we say cheers for today's episode.
Look, I want to, for the first time, I'd like to thank you, Quickshot, for having me here every time. Like, I'm having fun, you know, meeting so good people. Sadly, I meet Quickshot as well, which, I mean, you know, even in good things,
Comes
there's
up
something bad.
twice.
But I'm
I
having
can't
a lot
kick
of
you
fun.
off the
So,
show.
no, I'm joking. Best person ever. So, thank you for everything, and thank you everybody for watch, like from my community and every community that's watching.
Kitty, final thoughts before we head off.
That was a really fun video as well. I mean, we get to talk about LEC every single weekend, and of course, we get to share all the international news that is going around as well. Thank you so much to Brizz and Hans for joining today's episode as well. I love talking about anime, and you guys are so fun to talk to about anime. And I think, Brizz just disappeared. He got Thanos
He likes to
snapped.
play with the camera. He likes to play
It's
with the camera. He'll be back.
Yeah, that's fair enough. He's getting nocturnalted, so
He's hiding. He's
he'll be
hiding in
back.
the dark.
The cooldown's done.
Oh, what?
But yeah, today what
the
I
pasta
found out.
cookers on the fritz.
Han Sama, favorite anime, Dragon Ball?
Favorite anime, Steins Gate.
Oh, love
Ooh,
it.
Steins
Steins
Gate.
Gate.
Let's end the episode with everyone's favorite anime.
Wait,
So
I have one
Hans,
more segment after I say
Steins
goodbye to you.
Gate. And then Brizz, Secrets,
I'm going Full Metal Alchemist there.
Full Metal Alchemist. Oh,
Come on, quick.
Mine. Oh, as I flash my fat belly. My Hero Academia.
my one's Naruto. And yeah,
Classic. Final thought very quickly. Hansama, you guys are playing one matchup this weekend, and you have 3 in Madrid. The team to make sure you get ahead of is at least Fnatic. How will Fnatic do this weekend? They're playing Heretics and they're playing Vitality.
How does Fnatic do?
He
It's
doesn't
hard to
care, come
judge.
on.
I think they can do well, or if they are playing the same as they played against us and KC.
Look at
They
that
can
smile.
beat them.
Blink twice if you're lying. I will say goodbye, everybody. You guys can drop
Come
from
on,
the
man.
call. We do have one last segment before I do have to wrap up the show in a few minutes. So, Kitty, Brizz, and Summer, thank you guys so much. You can disconnect from Discord.
Thank
You
you.
can drop from the call. Good luck, and I'll speak to you all soon. Now, of course, if you are still sticking around, thank you so much for watching another episode of HopEUm. It's great to be back. I thought Kitty absolutely killed it last week. And of course, it's so great to get back together with Brizz and Hans Sama. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you.